It's going to shock you, but I'm here to guide you and help you. I just finished helping a client who's 28, and we made some videos, so I'll be able to get those out for you later. So I'm in a sub in the Midwest, very beautiful area. So we're going to be driving through the area, and I'm going to give you some information. The first thing you need to be aware of, you got to make sure people have on their seatbelts. They don't put on seatbelts, and they don't lock the door. Next, you need to make sure the rear window is framed. Beginners, just get in the car and go. Frame the rear window. Make sure those mirrors are adjusted. If you're not sure, have that beginner show you. We want that driver's side mirror to see a little bit of the car when you're driving, and then the passenger side mirror, we want to see a little bit of the car. I'm going to give you an outside view now. Put your blinker on. We're going to pull into the driveway to the left. Turn that blinker on, cover the brake. A lot of beginners don't cover brakes. You'll end up hitting the golf cart or the truck. Okay, we're going to put it in reverse. I'm turning my wheel all the way to the right. I want you to see me look. Make sure they're looking. I've had a lot of beginners literally run over things. And then we're going to turn out hand over hand. Okay, we're going to be going through the area. Have your beginners drive in areas that are comfortable. Don't overcomplicate it. A lot of beginners are overcomplicated, they're overwhelmed, and the more information you tell them sometime, they just won't understand. For instance, this time means keep to the right. I've had beginners go in the wrong lane, and we had to literally stop. We're going to make a right turn, and a lot of beginners will just pull out in front of the traffic. You see me looking left and right. Overemphasize this. Keep your turn short, easy. It is very scary teaching beginning drivers because they don't have good lane positioning skills. Example, we have the broken yellow. We can pass if safe. This is a 2-lane road. We have the edge line to the right. We're in the United States, so our steering wheel is on the left and we drive on the right. We all know that this is a curve, and we're coming up on this curve, and we have to drive in about 30 miles an hour, so we want to take our time. A lot of people will drive very fast on curves, so you really want to teach them to look ahead. The next thing I notice, beginner drivers are staring at the speedometer. Teach them not to stare at the speedometer. We want to look ahead around the curve, and your beginning driver should be really smooth in the curve. Teach them to look ahead. With beginning drivers, you have to expect anything. Some may go 60 on this road. Some may go 10 on this road. You want to tell them ahead of time what to do, when to do it. Don't be fooled. If you think your beginning driver knows what to do, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable. You have to tell them. You have to treat them with respect and care and love. You see me looking around, checking traffic. If they're not looking around and scanning and looking ahead, you're going to end up hitting someone or hitting something. Beginning drivers today have a very short attention span. We're not going to blame social media. It's just where we are today. And you want to give them reminders. Speak in a very relaxed tone. Be patient. Now we're coming up to a stop. They might not even stop. Tell them, what is the sign? They might say, what sign? So tell them, okay, I need you to squeeze your brake and use the ball of your foot. I am not sponsored by Converse, but Converse, if you hear me, Converse are good shoes. So we want to come up and stop. And we have to wait for traffic. Your beginning driver won't be able to pull out in front of traffic. It's going to take them some time. And if you're screaming and yelling at them, they're going to freeze. Here's my gap, and tell them to go and accelerate and get up to speed. You can hear the motor. If they can't accelerate and go in the nearest lane, you're going to end up hitting a car or getting hit. Teach them to have good speed control. Tell them to be patient. It's a car length for every 10 miles an hour. A lot of beginners will aggressively tailgate because they're trying to keep up, or some of them will be really far behind and they'll be chasing cars. So here again, coaches, parents, adults, teens learning how to drive, go at your pace, take your time, be comfortable, don't put pressure on yourself. A lot of beginners slow down late, so we want to tell them squeeze your brake, slow down earlier. Does the beginning driver analyze the driving environment? We just put up from a light, it's heavy traffic. Does the beginning driver understand this could be a stale green light? You see the turquoise car that just pulled out? That would freak out drivers and they may panic. I'm going to get over one lane to the left. And then they had karma, they got cut off. And now we're going to be getting into this double left turn. We're going to be in the outside lane deliberately. These two lanes merge into one. Do they understand this? We're in this truck's blind spot. There are 4 blind spots, left side, right side, front, and back. Either I'm gonna fall behind this truck or go in front of the truck. Do they understand what to do? This truck could make a wide turn and hit me. They're inching forward. It's not that serious. But if I hesitate, I'm gonna lose my turn. And there's a pedestrian across the street to the right. What if a car runs a light? So what you need to do is just tell them what you want them to do. When the light turns green, I need you to make a safe left turn. I'm praying that this box truck does not make a wide turn. My heart is pounding. So I'm just trying to sit here and be patient. There I go. I'm going to go first because this is a double right turn. I took the initiative. Woo, that was a little scary. But can your driver execute that? And if they can't, they're not ready to drive. They may say, Uncle, Dad, Mom, I can do this. No, they can't. If your beginning driver cannot execute that, they're not ready to go out and drive. We're going to go around this route twice. This is the area I take drivers, and you have to be at 25. It's a circle. We have a roundabout. There are tight right turns, tight left turns. Let's get into it. We have a roundabout. We're going to the right. I had a young man panic here, and he almost hit the tree. So we're going to yield, going into the right. I'm going to look and go around to the right. Use your indicator. And this is great because it's an S-curve. The signs are much further ahead, so it really teaches you to look ahead. We're going to make a right turn at the stop sign. A lot of beginners will make a right turn here. We turn on our blinker, stop behind the stop line, and we stop. I can't go because there's a truck coming. They have the right of way. They're going to go through. Then I'm going to make my right turn, smooth and easy. A lot of beginners also hug the right. I'm going to literally hug the right. And if you hit the curb or all this dirt and gravel, you're going to end up losing control. Parking lots are very notorious for at-fault accidents. I see the truck, I see the cargo van, and I'm looking ahead around the curve. We have White Castle Fart Burgers, we had King of Burgers. They turn on their blinker at the last second, so it looks like they're going to White Castle Fart Burgers. Now, all jokes aside, we gotta stop. We wanna have a complete stop. 1001, 1002, 1003. I'm coming up and looking. I check traffic. Turn in the nearest lane. I'll say it again. Turn in the nearest lane. We have RB, Starbucks Bucks. We're going to go around this course again. Signal early. A lot of beginning drivers don't signal and they think they know where I'm going. Cars do not know where you're going. Make the turn short and smooth. Take your time. Beginning drivers do not understand lane ends to the right. They're going to stay to the right lane and they're going to run out of road. I've had students jump up on a curve and literally hit telephone poles. I saw my first cyber truck over here too. It was incredible. This is before the Donald Trump tariffs and Elon Musk and Doge. Then I'm gonna get back over. We're at about 25. I've had beginners go 10 over here, and then some go 45, and they lose control. If you have to tell your adult driver, your teen driver, you're going too fast, they're not showing maturity and responsibility. I would love to pass them, but if they're not ready, they're not ready. Okay, we're gonna be making a right turn. My blinker's on, and yes, I did research. If you're going to the right, you need to turn on right turn signal. I'm yielding. I check. I'm gonna go. I see a dog that's loose. I'm gonna go around to the right. I double checked, and I'm gonna go into this S curve. This S curve gives beginners a lot of trouble because they'll go straight. Literally, see, I'm almost headed to the curve because I'm not looking where I'm going. Make them look where they're going. This course should take 5 minutes, 4 minutes. We're building consistency, complete stops, observation skills. The sign says cross traffic does not stop. I'm gonna come up. I'm still waiting for them. My turn does not start until they go. And I'm just waiting. And I'm checking traffic. And then I have to wait. And then I make my turn. Go into the nearest lane, don't cut it too short. We should have the crack in the middle of us. This way we're centered based on the road. If we put ourselves in the middle, this is what it looks like. And they're too close to the curb. I think most of you would agree. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. I've driven over 1,000 drivers. I'm a state certified driving instructor. My name is Myles. The channel is called Driving with Myles. I'm going to turn on my blinker early. We're going to be making a right turn. Tell your beginners, slow down early. It should be a smooth, gradual, easy stop. Thank you. So we're waiting. Very busy thoroughfare, a lot of accidents, tropical smoothie, crumble cookie, Lebanese Mediterranean food. I'm waiting. There's a lot of cars here. This car did not use a blinker. I'm gonna go in the first lane. Keep your turn short. I see the Cadillac coming out, cutting across my face, and now I'm squeezing my brake. You saw how fast that happened? If you're focusing on a white car, you're gonna rear end the Subaru out back. Keep space. Tell your beginner, take on one hazard. The white Cadillac flew out of Starbucks. They're all on caffeine. Take your time. Pause. We're going to be making a right turn at the light. Tell them, at the light, at the street, at the driveway. We're going to go in slow, squeeze our brake. The turn should be really smooth. Smooth driving does not mean slow driving. Smooth driving means safe driving. Mr. Toyota. I'm a little faster here. I'm at 35 the speed limit, so I'm a little bit out of control. Slow down. So I got to slow down. Okay. Now I'm back. Really beautiful area, could also be very distracting. We have pedestrian crossings, S-curves, roundabouts. Teach your beginner. A lot of drivers will go straight off the road to the left because they're not looking ahead. You should see the warning sign of roundabout ahead. I'm going to squeeze my brake, and then we're going to yield and check, and then I'm going to go in and around to the left. I had a young man have a panic attack here. He literally hit that pole. We want to go in slow and accelerate out. You can see this S-curve. A lot of beginners turn on wrong blinkers. You're probably saying, that's so easy. But they are confused. We want to come up and stop behind the stop line. We want to look left and right. It's green, then we go in the first lane. If they overturn, they're going to jump the curb. We want to scan. You can see the gray truck. Sorry about the bumps. Our infrastructure is terrible. And then we're going to be making a left turn at the light. Tell them to turn their blinker just before the line is broken and enter in. Now they are on the brakes, squeezing the brakes. We should see the rear of the tires on the ground. Next, do they understand the dangers of an intersection? Cars run lights. I always try to teach defensive driving skills. Are we looking at traffic to the left? Are we looking at traffic ahead of us? Are we looking at traffic to the right? Do we see the gray truck? Do we see the other gray truck? Do we see the smaller electric vehicle making the turn? The Chevy Volt. Do we see the F-150? Do we see, and I know you see their bumper, their grill, do we see that vehicle behind us? If the answer is no, they're not ready to get out and drive. Okay, we have to turn in the nearest lane, and that's by the double yellow. That's the perfect left turn. And then they have to accelerate through the throttle, build up speed. If they have to ask you what is the speed limit, they're not ready to drive. We have to put the responsibility on them, but we also have to teach them. And that's the thing that you're going to be learning today, watching my channel and all of my videos. Because I'm a state certified instructor and I've taught thousands of students, you're going to learn best practice. You're going to learn a lot of the common mistakes. So we're at about 50. We're actually at 49. The speed limit is 50. We're cruising at 49 miles an hour. We're not panicking. We see the gray car to the left. Now we're using the ball of our foot. We're going to squeeze our brakes. Thank you for the thumbs up. If we can't see the rear of the tires, you're too close. My nephew got rear-ended and pushed into the vehicle ahead of him because he was too close. Leave and out. O-U-T. We're gradually rolling into the throttle. And it's picking up boost, about 5 pounds of boost. We're trying to keep good speed, good space. I'm off the gas. We're about 53. We're too fast. See, that blinker kind of threw us off, and the truck behind me almost hit me. So you really have to watch out. See, they're going too fast, and the truck is too slow. What are they going fast for? For nothing. All that was for nothing, because that Ram 1500 was tailgating me. That's a waste. But you're going to make the decision as coaching the beginning driver. Safety's no accident. People are very impatient. They're very reckless. They don't use blinkers. So this guy's road raging. Ken, let him do what he wants. We're going to be right behind him, same spot, same time, and not worry. If you're worried about what other drivers think, you don't need to be driving. I'm scanning the intersection because they're the most dangerous. I see the yellow Corvette. I see the Tesla. It's no match. I'm scanning. I see the black car coming out. If your beginner doesn't have eye movements and eye flexion, they're not ready to be out here with all these dangers. Anyone can just drive when there's not a lot of traffic. We're going to be making a left turn. We're going to be going into the strip mall area, and I'm going to take you through and show you some other common. See the turning arrow? It's a lot of traffic right now. The nearest lane is to the left. We're going to go in really smooth and really easy. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. We're trying to get to 15 thumbs up to really push this algorithm out for beginners. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I want to remind you of this. I've driven thousands of students, so a lot of beginners will go way too fast here, and then they won't use blinkers. They have to show vehicle control. I'm looking at the white car. I'm going to squeeze my brakes. And now let's talk about hazards. We're in a typical shopping mall area. This happens to be Walmart, which is the #1 retailer in the United States right now in terms of groceries. We're scanning left, middle, and right. I'm going to yield for pedestrians. When near, I'm going to make eye contact. We're going to go through this area about 3 times. I'm going to talk about what beginning drivers do. They will panic. And I see pedestrians. I'm going slow. I'm going about 5 miles an hour. He's on the phone. He's walking. I'm going to proceed straight. I'm trying to anticipate what these pedestrians are doing. I really want to be safe and cover my brake. This road is a tight S-curve to the right. We want to stay to the right. I see the lady carrying bags. I see the other lady pushing her cart. And I'm just going to wait. I see the person on the bike. Have your beginner verbally tell you what's going on. I'm going to keep moving, but I want to keep room. I'm going to make eye contact with the driver. I paused. I'm going to let them walk by. He looks like one of those guys in that TikTok commercial. Okay, here's my gap. I'm going to proceed through. I let the pedestrians clear. If you're a beginner, doesn't see pedestrians, you need to pull them over to the side and teach them. Are you not seeing the pedestrians? What is a pedestrian? If they say that to you, you have a problem. My blinker's on, I'm looking left and right. I'm gonna show you. I'm looking left and right. If they're not looking in this area, you're gonna hit a car, you're going to run over someone. This is the back side of the course. We have some stop signs. We have to use blinkers. People get confused at the three-way stop. Blinkers on. I'm looking left and right. They have a blinker. This truck does not. It's really busy right now. You're gonna see this truck cross my face to the left. Then I'm gonna turn and we see the kid on the bike. He's kind of in the median and he is the most vulnerable right now. Probably saying this is easy. No, it's not. This kid doesn't know what to do. I'm gonna see him to the left. He's waiting. That's a grown man with a beard. I'm gonna stop. I have a stop sign. He's waving at me to go. I'm not paying attention to him. I'm stopping for these cars. Here's my gap. So I'm gonna look at him like that's a full-grown man with a beard. What is going on? Okay, it's those hormones in the food, man. Why is he riding a bike and not a car? And he's telling me to go by, and if I pull out, I'm gonna get hit. So you can't trust what other drivers or pedestrians are doing, a part of the HTS. Thus you begin to understand, good morning, I'm going to participate in a drive right now. Well, you need to be looking at my videos. I'm a state certified instructor. I've taught over thousands of students. This will definitely help you. So I'm covering some of the common mistakes. So we have to stop at the stop line, but I can't see to my left. So I'm either going to look ahead of this vehicle or behind it. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. It's clear. I'm going to go in the nearest lane. You need to be watching this because we're by a really busy mall area. We're by Walmart. I'm not supporting or denying Walmart, but I want to show you the dangers. We got to have our blinker on early. If I turn short, I'm going to hit the curb. If I turn wide, I'm going to be in the wrong lane. So now I'm at about 10. I'm scanning left, middle, right, and I'm scanning. I'm looking for blinkers. I'm looking for pedestrians. I'm looking for things that are unusual. I see the pedestrian to the right. It's almost like a video game, but this is not San Andreas. I'm going slow. I'm making sure they feel safe. And if you're a beginner, it's on the gas. You need to pull them over to the side and say, what are you doing? Don't you see this pedestrian walking by? What is a pedestrian? If they say that to you, you need to send them back to driving school. I'm staying to the right side. I'm turning really easy. I'm at 8. Now I'm going to cover my brake. I'm letting the pedestrians go by. I'm covering my brake. I'm not rushing them. There's another pedestrian. He's got her slides on you. Oh, you can't drive in slides or Crocs or open. See, they almost hit me. What the heck? Okay, I'm making a right turn again. You need to start looking before you get here. Okay? I'm looking, and then I'm going to make the turn. And we turn hand over hand. In the United States, we teach hand over hand in, hand over hand out. In the UK, Australia, India, hand to hand. Everyone's different. Your coach is different. Your biomechanical leverage on your arms is different. I'm almost 6'5". I have really long arms. So you have to turn and develop a pattern that's consistent. We know there's an airbag in the middle. That's a whole nother discussion. We're not going to argue right now. That's a Honda Element. There's a new electric vehicle coming out that Jeff Bezos has put together. So we're not going to argue today about hand-over-hand steering, hand-to-hand, palm on the wheel. I'll get my Google Scholar sources together, and then I'll argue with anyone across the world with scholarly sources. A lot of people want to argue. I have to stop. Then I proceed. We're going to go around again, and we're going to look for hazards, pedestrians, kids, man over 50 because they think they're superior, and they're going to get ran over because they walk out in front of cars. Cars can kill you. We're going to have a complete stop. Then I'm going to show you. I'm looking left, I'm looking right, but I got to move forward because this blue Cherokee is blocking my view. It's clear. I'm going to go in the nearest lane. I know you probably said, why do you keep saying that? Because you have to make your turn short, and I'm going to turn on my blinker now. This black car will probably go before me, which is fine. Once the intersection clears, I'm going to make my turn, and I'm going to go in very easy. You need to feel safe with your beginning driver, whether it's a teen or adult. It takes 10 years. So I see the pedestrian pushing the cart. I see the other pedestrians walking by. I'm at 9 miles an hour. Now I'm at 7. Now I've stopped. Okay. We're talking about speed. Okay. 5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. I'm at 1 mile an hour. I'm scanning left, middle, right, and now I'm going through. I'm at 6. So if you don't understand what I said about 10 or 6, you don't understand miles per hour. Your message is delayed. So I'm going to walk through, scan through. 10 years. Yes, it takes 10 years of experience to become a master. Look it up if you don't believe me. 10,000 hours. You're probably saying that's not true. Look it up. Do your research if you don't believe me. I'm scanning through. I see the pedestrians. Okay? I'm just covering my brake, letting her shorts are too short. So I'm scanning. So do your research. I'm letting him walk by. He could have headphones on. I see the 2 guys over there. They're staying to my right. I'm looking left and right. If you want to be a good video gamer, 10 years. You want to be a good driver, 10 years. You want to be a good tightrope walker, 10 years. So I don't know where you're watching this from. It could be the UAE, Afghanistan, okay, Czechoslovakia, Madagascar, Seoul, North or South Korea, Venezuela, Belo Horizonte, Brazil. It's a lot. So I'm looking left and right. I'm going to show you. I'm looking left and right. There's a car coming, a blue car. Then I'm going to fill my space and turn. A lot of you seem really surprised that I said 10 years. But this is where we are. I'm going to go up and have a complete stop. That car has the right of way. This car has the right of way. I'm letting these cars go by. Now, here's my gap. Here's my space. If all of you were with me now, I would have you go around here 5 times. If you're making visual errors, right of way errors, not yielding to pedestrians, I'm going to pull you over and talk to you. And then I'm going to call your guardians and say they're not ready. So I'm looking left, looking right. It's just a very busy road. I'm using my cheat code. I'm looking behind the vehicle or in front. There are a lot of vehicles here. So I'm looking ahead. It's called showing the car. I'm showing the car and looking. You should see me looking. And I'm waiting. And then when it's clear, I'm going to make my turn. Turn in the nearest lane. I'm going to keep saying that forever. They are going really slow. I'm going to make another right turn again. And then also Walmart is going to start having fast DC chargers here. So now we're going to have electric vehicles here. Imagine the Tesla with the summons update. So we're at 7 miles an hour. I'm scanning left, middle, right. I'm leaving space because people don't use blinkers. I'm not sure what this vehicle is doing, so I'm just going to take my time. I see the pedestrian, and I'm going to go ahead and yield. She needs to do something with that baby's hair. Her hair is out of control. Braid your child's hair. Wow. Okay. and I'm looking. I have the right of way. I'm scanning. It's a lot going on here, so I'm just taking my time. And this is the thought process your beginning driver's doing. If your son or daughter or 20-year-old or 25-year-old, 35-year-old can't comprehend this, then they're not ready to drive on their own. And I'm going slow. I'm looking. I'm letting these pedestrians walk by. I have the right of way over this car. And a lot of older gentlemen, sorry, 55, 65, 75, they think they're superior. They're the first ones to run you over, pedestrians. I see this guy. Okay, he's got his orange shirt. Come on, bro. A lot of people don't care. I'm going to come up and yield and look and check. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm looking. I'm checking. And I turn on my blinker. And then I turn out. Now, you're going to see this basket. I've had clients hit baskets before because people are careless. I'm going to go up and make a turn. You need to put questions in. You ask about 10 years of experience. Yes. People do not understand the rules of the right of way. Yes, we go over this in class. I'll be going over it tomorrow in class. I'm going to come up and yield. I'm waiting. This is a uncontrolled intersection. No yield signs, no stop signs. I'm looking, I'm turning. I'm overemphasizing vision, checking. What other questions do you have? Now it's your turn to ask questions. A lot of instructors barely even talk. I'm giving you what you need. I had to have a complete stop. Then I'm going to proceed. Okay, we got this guy with the boat. We got all these cars. I'm going to come up and make a right turn. So I want to come up and stop. And I'm waiting for it to be clear. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Now I got to move forward. It's called showing the car. I got to move up. It's clear. I go in the nearest lane and then I turn out slow. If you're not turning in the nearest lane, you're going to have an accident. The Mercedes turns in front of me. No one cares. We're just going to keep going. I see the gray car up there. I have the right of way, but their front end is kind of out there. It's a little close. I guess she wants to get her front end hit. We're trying to be defensive drivers. All drivers won't be defensive like us. They won't use blinkers. They're going to pull out in front of you. You need to have a plan. This warning sign tells us there's a traffic light ahead. We can only go right or left. A lot of beginners don't know. Can I go straight? What does the sign say? You have to teach them. We have to stop at the line. We're going to move forward. We can turn on red, but it has to be clear. You know what I'm going to say? Turn in the nearest lane. We're scanning. We're looking. I'm looking ahead at the blue car with the blinker. I'm looking ahead, scanning. At the light, we need to make a right turn. Does your beginning driver, whether they're 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, you have to teach them. Turn on the blinker when the line is broken. Look over your shoulder. I'm going to show you that. I'm looking over my shoulder. And then I have to come up and stop. This is where a lot of beginners will fail. You're going to see this old school Corvette. And then we see the pedestrian. That's that same man who's like 19 to about 24. They have like full grown facial hair. So you just don't know. You're probably saying, are you serious? Yes. This is called a right hook. Well, what do you mean a right hook? Like in boxing? No. When my arrow turns green, he may or may not have a do not walk. If I'm not paying attention, I could hit him and run him over. So I'm just taking my time. See, there's my arrow. I look and check, and I'm making eye contact. He's got the headphones in. He could get killed. Don't wear headphones when you drive. You're probably saying you're awful strict. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm maintaining good speed. I made a lane change. The speed limit's 50. I'm at about 50 right now. We have to get into the middle turn lane, and we want to yield to traffic. This is where beginners have no idea what to do. We have to be on the right side of the driveway. And then when I turn, even though I'm making a left, we want to be on the right, R-I-G-H-T, the right side of the driveway. So we're going to roll up forward. I'm going to stop. Do not go anywhere. I got to pick up. Okay, guys, now we're going to be talking about what you need to learn about safety. This is your in-car lesson. Okay, I'm going to go over everything you need. This is the driving skills report card. And these are some of the things that instructors don't talk about. But because I've driven thousands of students, I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to go through a whole checklist. It is my recommendation that your adult or teen, after completing at least 10 hours of driving of behind-the-wheel instruction, has acquired skills, knowledge, attitude to operate a motor vehicle within the Highway Transportation System, the HTS, when accompanied by a licensed parent, guardian, 21 or up. The next step will be for you and your adult or teen to visit the Secretary of State office and apply for a level 1 license. It is important that parents and guardians provide at least 50 hours. We're going to double that, 100 hours. You're probably saying the minimum is 50. Do you want your son and daughter to be average? I've talked about 10,000 hours of driving, 10 years to become a master. 5 years is an intermediate. If you're 15, 5 years, that's 20. If you're 20, 5 years is 25. If you're 16, 10 years is 26. While many safety driving skills have been taught and practiced during the course, there has not been sufficient time for students to become an accomplished driver, an accomplished content creator, an accomplished video game, an accomplished student. There's a grading scale that I'm going to go over, and this form and forms will be available in my stand store, hopefully within 24 hours. So when this is over, you're going to look in the link in my subscription. You're going to click on the stand store, and I'll be putting this together if I can get time today, because I still have more adults to drive. And then you can purchase this and print this checklist out And you can go through all of the processes, this driving skills report card, and you can evaluate your teen, your adult, to make sure they're ready. Let's get on with it. Use S, N, I, U, or X in the skills box next to the objective to give feedback to the parent or guardian. Some of you are probably saying, you talk too much. Don't care. If you want to learn how to drive and you really want to master your skills, you need to really understand how your son or daughter is being taught, how they're being evaluated. Okay? Let's get to driving. Let's talk about what you need to do to drive. First, S is for satisfactory. At this time, students perform skills without verbal instruction or guidance from the instructor. I just took you on the expressway. I took you through a very busy shopping area. I took you on main thoroughfares. I took you through roundabouts. If your son or daughter, niece or nephew don't understand, and you have to verbally tell them, okay, you need to use your blinker. You're going too slow. You're going too fast. They're not ready to drive. And that's something that you and your niece or nephew, son or daughter, or your child have to demonstrate, because they're going to be on their own in a 3,500 pound vehicle that can literally take their lives. So you need to know, and I'm going to give you the information. Next, NI. This is needs improvement. Most beginners will be from NI to U. NI means needs improvement. Student performs skill with minimal verbal instructions or guidance from the instructor. U, unsatisfactory. Yes, we have to save others' lives, 100%. U needs verbal cues or guidance from the instructor to perform correctly. This is you with your niece or nephew. This is you with your son or daughter. Okay, I need you to come up to the light. The light's red. You're probably saying they see it's red. No, they don't. The light is green. They're daydreaming. We can't blame it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. People have short attention spans. Downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown I had a client who almost ran over a pedestrian because they were not paying attention in downtown Houston, Texas. It's scary. Next, U, unsatisfactory. This is where we have tears. This is where the client is crying. This is where you're crying. I thought they were ready. They're not ready, mom and dad. They're not ready, uncle and auntie. They need verbal cues or guidance to perform. They don't yield at a roundabout. They're going in at 25. The speed limit is 15. They crash into the median. There's a car already in there. They didn't yield and they almost sideswiped. That's failure. And you put a lot of time into it. I know you're saying I put so much time into it. I get it. X, did not perform the skill during any time of the 10-hour behind the wheel lesson provided. If your instructor or driving coach is not sitting down with you and going through these things step by step, you're wasting your money. I'm going to say it again. If your coach, your driving instructor, your driving school is not sitting down with you, all they want is your money. This is a $50 bill. Okay, all they want. My rate is $50 an hour. I work for 1 hour, I got $50. I instructed a young lady who's 27. Her mom was in the back. You'll be seeing those videos. They'll be posted. So driving is expensive. Yes, you get what you pay for. You do get what you pay for. So you want to make sure that you understand. Let's get this going again. So if your instructor, let's get this going again. So if your instructor or driving school, they're not meeting you, they're not talking to you, they're not showing you some type of evaluation sheet, why are you even paying money? Do you even understand that we are teaching our adults and teens how to drive? And this is one of the most important things that I know saves lives. I don't care what you do, brain surgeon, cryptocurrency, real estate. We're talking about people. Let's keep going. Next, did not perform the skill. So drive 1, slow speed, light traffic, parking lot, residential. Do they perform pre-entry procedures? Do they come into the car? Do they put on the seatbelt? Do they adjust the mirrors? Center mirror looking straight ahead, framing the rear window to the left, passenger side, adjusting the mirror. Do they even adjust the mirrors? You paid a lot of money, and I want to be clear. Just because you paid $550 or $650, your son or daughter does not automatically pass. You're like, that's fair. Yes, it's fair. I'm not going to sign off on an adult or teen who is not ready. A lot of instructors will just take your money. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's $50 an hour. Pay me my money. Okay, they suck. Bye. I'm gone. Okay? This is a resource. This will allow me to pay my stand store bill, which is $29 a month. This will allow me to use Opus Clips so I can edit this video. This will allow me to create another driving skills document that you need to get. When I'm done, you're going to click the link in my bio. You're going to find the digital product that speaks to you, and you're going to order it. A lot of people want something for nothing. And this is the long video. And I'm going through everything, and I'm going through the driving skills report card. Then I'm going to edit this down. This video could be set on private. And then I upload this video into the stand store. And this will be a paid asset where you could be meeting with me one-on-one. Because I'm a state certified driving instructor, I've taught thousands of students and adults. I know most of the common mistakes that beginners will make. It doesn't care if you're in the United States, the Middle East, Mexico, Greenland, Afghanistan, UAE, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea. You're learning how to drive. I want to continue. So a lot of you think you're going to get something for nothing. You got to pay. You're going to have to pay. Quality doesn't cost, it pays. Do you establish the front and rear bumper reference points? This young lady was driving a 2015 Denali, which is a huge vehicle. And a lot of beginners, I can't drive that. That's too big. I'm going to hit the house, Mom and Dad. I don't know how to parallel park. This is why people are waiting to 22, 24, 27 to learn how to drive. And I'm sorry I'm upset, but a lot of people put random comments in, and you don't understand. It takes time, Mom and Dad. It takes time, older sister, older brother. And if you really want the driver, a lot of these instructors, I'm sorry, just taking your money. Real talk. But I'm the only one speaking truth on this. And you're like, yeah, we only drove 35 minutes. He said an hour. We only drove 40 minutes. Then he said he had to go. We only drove 45 minutes, and he just told me he's got to go. He didn't go over what you're going through, Mr. Myles, where I'm going over what you need. And then we're going to put it together in the stand store, and you need to order. Do you operate the steering wheel with push, pull, or hand over hand? It's more than one way to turn the steering wheel. Do you operate the vehicle with the proper controls, proper gear? And yes, I know how to drive a manual. A lot of these, we're going to be driving a manual today. So what? You push the clutch in, you put it in first gear. You push the clutch in, you put it in second gear. A lot of these instructors and videos make such a big deal. Oh, we're going to have clutch control. Automatic and manual are very similar. You have to have control of your car. I don't care if it's a clutch. I don't care if it's an automatic. Don't let these instructors play fear with you. And a lot of them are using fear. I'm going to speak truth. No other instructors are doing this. I'm speaking truth to you. There's not a big difference between the clutch and automatic. You have to use the clutch. We know this. Teach them. Don't play on fear. Objective and skills students have worked on: approaching intersections. Are they looking left, looking right? Starting the engine. Do they know how to start the engine? This car has to push to start. You have to put your foot on the brake or the car won't start. Well, my son or daughter has a manual. You put it in neutral, you shake the shifter, make sure it's in neutral, you put your foot in, left foot in on the clutch, you turn the key. What is so hard about that? Nothing. Moving the vehicle backwards. Do you know how to back in a driveway? We never worked on backing. Well, your instructor's taking your money. Drive 2. Moderate speed, light traffic, rural roads. Do you establish reference points from lane positioning, corner, left and right? That's a lot. Do you establish this? Do you concentrate on the path of travel, on straight roads, curvy roads, and hills? Again, a lot of instructors are playing on your fear. If you're going around a curve, you go slow. If you're going around a hill, you accelerate smoothly down, you accelerate up. We can't see up the hill. It's hard to see down the hill. Don't be fooled. I have some really good videos on driving through curves, driving through hills, and we're just taking our time. We're not playing on fear. Next, do you know how to make a complete left and right turn? Some of you do, some of you do not. You need to know how to make complete left turns in the nearest lane by the double yellow, right turn in the nearest lane by the curb lane. But what if I'm in a triple right turn lane? If you're in the middle lane, stay in the middle lane. I was driving my young lady today. She made an error and went in the wrong lane, making a right turn. She could have failed her test. I told her guardian in a polite and courteous way. You'll see the video. It's being edited right now. Do you determine the time and space gaps for maneuvers, 2-lane, 4-lane roads up to 45 miles an hour? Why are you saying all this stuff? Do you really want to teach someone how to drive, or you just want to go through the motions and be fake? I'm just telling you the truth. Some of you do not want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Do you know how to exit, enter at cross traffic and controlled and uncontrolled intersections, neighborhoods, minor and major thoroughfares? Do you know how to park on a curb, park on a hill at a grade, uphill, downhill? Do you know how to back up in a straight line? There's a lot of information here. I'm going to hit drive 3. Again, this is my proprietary guide, and this will be available for you. Drive 3, moderate speed, dense traffic, suburban and urban roads. Do you know how to approach a turn in multiple intersections? Some of you do not. Do you know how to determine the minimal time and space gaps for maneuvers on 2-lane, 4-lane roads up to 45 miles an hour in various traffic densities? What are you saying? Rush hour traffic, early afternoon, rush hour traffic, mid-afternoon, late afternoon, after 7:30 p.m. Do you demonstrate how to enter and exit cross traffic at complex and controlled intersections? A lot of beginners do not. Do you know how to establish reference points from turning while moving backwards? Meaning, can you keep the car straight while reversing? Can we get to 6? Can we get to 10 thumbs up? We got 6. I'm going to finish drive 3. Do you know how to establish and use space management, PDA, perceive, decide, and act to reduce conflicts in moderate to dense traffic? If you don't understand what I'm saying, you need to be watching my lives. Do you understand how to perpendicular park to the left and right and entering going forward, entering backwards in, exiting going forward, and exiting backing out? If you just joined in, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I'm giving you a list of some of the top things that I see that beginners do. I've taught over 1,000 students, and I put together a list. I've looked through my computer data sheet, and I put together a PDF file that will be available later today for purchase. So you can have this same checklist and go through it with your son or daughter, niece or nephew, because we use data. We don't say, well, mom and dad, your son or daughter's safe. Well, what are they doing? I don't know. So you have to tell them what they're doing so they know what they're doing. Does your son or daughter know how to back up to the left, back up to the right? Do they know how to use a shared left turn lane to enter a driveway, a street, or a parking lot? Do they know how to make a complete left turn or right turn? Can it recover from an off-road incident? They need a muffler on that car. Do they know how to approach a railroad crossing? Drivers, coaches, parents, I've given you a lot of information today. I know you're overwhelmed. What I need you to do is look at this video when it updates. I will be editing this video down. The full video will be available. And we're going to put this video in on the Stand Store as a paid lesson. So if you want to access this lesson, it's going to be paid. Right now, you need to look at this video while it's still floating on the internet, but I will do some editing to this. I will put in other emojis, other arrows, and you'll have a picture in the picture. Look at all my videos, visit my Stand Store, click the link in this description. We will be updating this particular guide, which is the driving skills report card. It's a proprietary report card. And then I want you to learn. Hopefully this has been very valuable to you. And look at all my videos. I may go live later, but we have to do some other things at the office. And I will talk to you at a later date. Bye.